Gracias por escuchar REED-BBS.
REED-BBS, BBS. I don't know what animal I need to say to beat a lion, but whatever, I'm that animal. So saith Saul Canelo Alvarez at the final presser leading up to his fight this Saturday versus JERMELL CHARLO. They've labeled it Undisputed, quite naturally. Undisputed. All the belts, the man with all the belts at 154 pounds is moving up to face. The man with all the belts at 168 pounds. Saul Canelo Alvarez versus JERMELL CHARLO. Now, both men weighed in at 167.5 pounds, two times, which was mildly surprising to me. Derek James spoke of the possibility of not even trying to make the weight, coming in light to maintain some speed, but no, both men weighed the same. That did not happen. Charlo's body was noticeably thicker, but more on that in a sec. Is Canelo past his prime? Is Charlo too high-strung of an individual to win a fight of this magnitude? There was all kinds of talk about why this fight is happening, but at this point, fuck the why, because it's fight time. Like it, love it, loathe it. It's gonna happen, with or without you. As we've gotten closer to fight night, the fighters have been respectful the entire time, but you can see the intensity building. You can see them getting edgier. You know what I'm saying? Canelo is holding eye contact a little longer. They're kind of not taking it too far, but it's a competitive environment, and that's what we want to see. We don't need you to talk about each other's mothers and children and shit, but when it's time to fight, man, let's act like it's time to fight. And in that sense, both men have delivered. As an aside, it was good to see JERMELL CHARLO show up. I didn't see any footage of him and JERMELL interacting, but still, just with the volatile nature, the combative nature of the Charlo brothers, and the fact that it's not uncommon for them to not be speaking necessarily, it was some dope shit to see them, or not to see them, but to see JERMELL there supporting his brother for the biggest fight of his fucking life. That was dope. And with that, the Charlos have admitted to their whole careers, both of them, was about chasing Canelo. And here JERMELL is, he's on the precipice. Now, they got weight classes for a reason, man. It's a boxing mantra. A lot of boxing mantras are played out and tired. I don't know about this one. There's a select few who can actually pull this off. Jumping up 2 weights, like, okay, gradually moving up, yeah, all kinds of fighters have done that. But it takes a special, and in most cases, a generational pugilistic talent to pull off something of that ilk. Just jumping up 2 weight classes out off the rip like it ain't nothing. But with that said, Charlo's daring to be great, man. He's daring to be great. In his own words, I only weigh in at 54. And along those same lines, a lot of Canelo fans are saying, well, if you cock your head to the right and squint your eye, they're really basically the same size. No. Survey says, and they're not the same size. Yes, Charlo is taller, but that's like saying Dwight Muhammad Kwawi, former light heavyweight champion and cruiserweight champion. That's like saying him and Marvelous Marvin Hagler, former undisputed middleweight champion, were the same size. Yes, Hagler had a good 2-3 inches in height and longer arms, if I'm not mistaken, without even looking. I'm pretty sure his arms were longer, and know for a fact he was taller. But in no way were Kwawi and Marvelous Marvin Hagler the same damn size. Miss me with that. Come on now. Charlo, he at the first or second presser kickstarting the event, he spoke on what needs to happen. They asked him his strategy. How do you beat Canelo? He said, active jab, lateral movement, being smart, using my boxing IQ. Now, to that, I would add selective aggression. But even with that, man, Charlo's a quality fighter, first ballot Hall of Famer more than likely, just by virtue of being undisputed in the 4-belt era. He's going to get into the Hall of Fame, even if it ain't first ballot. But I don't know that, as good as he is, I don't know how special he is as a fighter. And this is going to take a special fighter to beat Saul Canelo Alvarez, moving up 2 weight classes. Not to mention the 16-month layoff. Oh, by the way, forgot to mention that. Yeah. So you're not going to be as sharp as you normally would be. Certainly not early. And you're facing a significantly bigger man in terms of being used to and accustomed to being hit. Like, just because you can carry weight, okay, how do you take punches from a man that weight? Will you get tired carrying that weight? These are questions that Charlo is going to have to answer, and I don't think he's going to get the answer that he wants when it's all said and done. Canelo, he's a spurt fighter. I believe there's VADA testing for this one. Pretty sure Charlo was being VADA tested when his brother and Caleb Plant had their little altercation. But yeah, so with Canelo, with the VADA testing being a part of this package, I would expect Canelo to do more spurt fighting. So there will be lulls. There will be opportunities for Charlo to pocket some rounds. But ultimately, man, I just think Canelo's going to be too much. He's going to constantly pressure him. Canelo has a great chin anyway. Now he's got a guy 2 weight classes lower than him. Hitting him in the chin, that doesn't bode well. I think Canelo gets a stoppage around the 10th or 11th round, probably dropping Charlo for the first time in his career that I know of, and I can see him doing so with a body shot. 10th, 11th round stoppage, Canelo with dropping him by a body shot. Hell, Charlo may take the count. Who knows? But yeah, that's how I see it. We'll talk about it afterwards. Either way, REED-BBS, BBS. Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television, Fred Sanford of the Vistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.